drag the shoulder down. So try not to have the hips in the air. Just lower down the hips toward the heels. Take a few deep breaths here. And slowly bring the left hand back. Come back to your tabletop. Gonna curl the toes under and lift up the hips. And from here, if your heels are high, gonna just lower down the heels. Inhale, lifting up the heels so you're onto your tippy toes. And exhale, lower down the heels. Inhale, lifting up the heels. Your hips are higher. And exhale, lower down. Two more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Stay in your downward facing stretch. Maybe gaze toward your heels a little bit more or gaze toward your belly button. Inhale, right leg lifted high. Exhale, big step. Bring the right foot forward between your hands. Inhale, arms lifted high toward the ceiling. Gonna come to your runner's lunge. Exhale, pointing the fingertips back. Palms can face toward each other or facing down. Depends on how you want to rotate your shoulders here. When you have your palms facing down, there's an external rotation at the shoulders as well. Take two more deep breaths here in your runner's lunge. Gonna come to a flow. Inhale, arms lifted high, gaze up. Exhale, fingertips pointing back. Inhale, lifting high. Exhale, pointing back. A few more. Make sure you anchor that front foot onto your mat. Equal weight of the front toes and the front heel. Left and right side of that front foot is carrying equal weight. Two more here. Improve your shoulders mobility. Nice. Let's lower down the left hand onto the floor, lifting up the right arm toward the ceiling. Easy twist here. The other side of twist. So your chest is pointing the other side. That's right. So right arm lifted here. A few more deep breaths here. Keep that front knee bent. That's right. And let's lower down that right hand. Big step. Bring the right foot back for your high plank. You can have your knees down if this chaturanga is too much for you. And slowly lower down the hips and the chest. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, come to your downward facing. Adjust the distance of your hands and your feet. Getting comfortable in your downward facing. Lots of dualities are happening when you do this downward facing stretch. Hips are high, heels are low. The chest is pointing back. And when your forearms are trying to pointing forward. One more deep breath here, stretching out the legs and the spine. Inhale, left leg lifted high. Exhale, big step. Bring the left foot forward between your hands. Inhale, arms lifted toward the ceiling. Exhale, pointing back. Gaze down toward the front foot. Palms can face down or face toward each other. Trying to find that stability on that left foot. Once you anchor that left foot, putting the equal weight on the left foot, then you find your balance. You find that security here. 2 more deep breaths here, securing that front foot. Gonna come to that flow. Inhale, lifting high. Exhale, pointing back. Your front foot might be wobbling when you do this flow. That's totally normal. But just rebalance and re-securing that front foot. A few more. Inhale to lift and exhale, pointing back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Let's relax the right hand down onto the mat and lift up the left hand toward the ceiling. Easy twist. In this easy twist, you're feeling the stretch on the top foot. The side of the top foot is really feeling that nice stretch. And the back leg is stretched as well. And feel elongating through the lifted fingertips. Just noticing what you are noticing. That mind and body awareness. And slowly lower down that left hand. Big step. Gonna bring the left foot back. High plank. And slowly lower down the knees. You can lower down the knees already. That's fine. And lower down into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Lift up the hips high. Lower down the heels. Stretching out the back of the legs. Feel the elongate through the spine. 2 more deep breaths here in your downward facing stretch. Nice. From here, I'm gonna bend the knees, gaze toward your thumbs, and slowly gaze back and straighten out the legs. Inhale, gaze toward your thumbs. So you're changing the gaze and bend the knees. And exhale, straighten out the knees, gaze toward your toes. Few more. So working on the strength of our legs here. So your knees are bent and stretched. Few more deep breaths here. Last 2. Nice. From here, I'm gonna just tippy toes forward. Stepping your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, circle up. Come to our sun salutation. Exhale, hinge forward, circling down. Inhale, hands slide up to your knees. And exhale, forward fold. Gonna do 2 more. Inhale, circle up. Pressing the heels into the mat. Exhale, slowly hinge forward. Inhale, slide the hands up to your knees. Shine your heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Gonna do 1 more. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, circle down. Inhale, hands half up onto your knees. Exhale, forward fold. Relax the fingertips onto the mat. From here, I'm gonna just step about 1 foot back. It's gonna come to our pyramid pose. So both arms and the legs are straight as much as you can. And from here, gonna either come to your reverse prayer or just grab onto the opposite side of the elbows. That's right. And slowly gonna hinge forward. Imagining you want to point the nose down toward the left knee as much as you can without rounding your back. So you want to keep the upper back as straight as you can. Rounding the back is easy to bring the nose to the knee, but we don't want to have the back rounded. We want to have the spine stretched as much as we can. 2 more deep breaths here. And slowly release the elbows. I'm gonna bring the hands beside our left foot. I'm gonna come to half moon. So bring the right hand onto the mat, but lift up the left hand toward the ceiling. And from here, I'm gonna bring the weight to the left foot a little bit more and lifting up the right foot. When you lose your balance, you can always gaze down to the floor and lift up your right foot. And you can also use your left hand onto your left hip to securing that pose. Whenever you're balanced, you can come to lift up your gaze toward the ceiling. 2 more deep breaths here. Challenge on your balance. And slowly gaze down toward the floor. Lower down both hands, lower down both feet. And just have your elbows grab onto each other. Shake yourself side to side. And loosen up all the joints. Softening everything here. Your neck muscles are super soft, no tensions on the cervical spine. So another light bulb moment, maybe a little bit anatomy. On the cervical spine, there's 7 vertebrae, C1 to C7. And we all know whenever our neck muscles are tight, then we tend to have a headache. So all the neck muscles are connected with our skull and our head. So cervical spine health is super important when you work at office or work from home. Okay, let's center ourselves. Relax the fingertips onto the mat. I'm gonna just step 1 foot behind, left foot behind, about 1 foot behind. Pyramid pose on the other side. Gonna either come to reverse prayer or grab onto the opposite side, your elbows. Gonna hinge forward a little bit deeper. Point the nose toward the right shin bone or your right knee. Take a few deep breaths here. Nice. Slowly relax the hands beside the right foot. I'm gonna place the left hand just in front of the right toes and lifting up the right arm toward the ceiling. And when you're ready, we're gonna come to that half moon. So we're gonna lean the weight forward and maybe place the left hand away from the right toes a little bit and lift up the left foot. So left leg is in the air. And whenever you're ready, you can either have the right hand onto the right hip and gaze toward the ceiling. It's super challenging for the balance. But if you want to have a different option, just lower the left toe down and do the gaze and do the twist. That's totally fine. So modify as you need to. Oops. Some days can be more balanced than the other days. One side can be more balanced than the other side. And totally depends on how stiff and how flexible the left and the right side are. 2 more deep breaths here. And slowly lower down both hands, go both toes. And just grab onto the opposite side, your elbows shifting side to side. And no one on Earth is 100% balanced 24/7. So it's totally fine if you are not balanced. The key is how we rebalance ourselves. And slowly lower down both fingertips onto the mat. Gonna just step the right foot back. Right heel is lifted high. Inhale, arms lifted toward the ceiling. And exhale, come to an airplane twist. Gonna have the right hand forward and left hand back. Yeah, twisting the chest down. Got it. So it's a twist. So whoever haven't found the twist yet. And from here, you're gonna lower down the right hand onto the floor and lifting up the left arm. Easy twist here. 2 deep breaths here in your easy twist. That's right. Keep the right knee, the left knee bend a little bit more. You want to have that lower legs powered up. And from here, you're gonna just circle the left hand. Take it slow. Feel like the left fingertips is trying to find each corner of the space. One more this side of circling, and now I'm gonna reverse the circle. Whichever direction is reverse for you. Just take it slow. I'm gonna do one more of the circling. I'm gonna relax the left hand down onto the floor. Big step. Bring the left foot back. High plank. Gonna lower down to chaturanga. You can have your knees on the mat to lower down to chaturanga. That's totally good. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Take a few deep breaths here in your downward dog stretch. Try to hike up the hips a little bit more and lower down the heels a little bit more. So it's not a static pose. Your downward facing, you can always adjust. Adjust as you need to. Gonna work on the other side. Inhale. Oh, sorry. Let's do the steps for forward first. Let's tippy toes forward. Inhale, let's circle up. Full body stretch here. And slowly circle down on your exhale. Inhale, hands halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. We'll do one more. Inhale, circle up. Full body stretch. Exhale, circle down. Inhale, hands halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Relax your fingertips on the mat. Now I'm gonna step the left foot back. Left heel is high. Very nice. Inhale, arms lifted toward the ceiling. Exhale, come to your airplane twist. That's right. So, okay, some of the, yeah, the left and the right knee is forward. Yeah, so you're twisting to the other side. Yeah, good. So when you do the twist, what happens in your body is lots of space in your rib cage. It's making some rooms there. 2 more deep breaths here. And slowly lower down that left hand onto the ground and lift up the right hand toward the ceiling. This is your easy twist. I'm going to make circles with our right hand. Circle as big as you can, imagining the right hand is trying to reach toward each wall or more of the front and back wall. I'm going to reverse the circling. It's almost like swimming. The backstroke and forward stroke. But we're doing it in the air, not in the water. Just one more here. And slowly lower down that right hand. Big step. Bring the right foot back. High plank. I'm going to lower down to chaturanga. Bend your elbows in. Chaturanga down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, I'm going to come to a child pose. Have the knees together. Resting the forehead, resting the elbows. Take a few deep breaths here. Finding that inner space. Finding that inner peace. Yoga practice is super beneficial for your self-discovery. It's finding which side of your body may be a bit tighter than the other side, which side is more balanced than the other side. And where is the level of your strength? Where is the level of your energy? Just 2 more deep breaths here. Reflecting on that internal self-dialogue. And slowly gonna lift up the chest. Walk your hands toward your knees. I'm gonna just drop the hips down and straighten out the legs in front of us. Very nice. And from here, gonna just have the left heel lifted. And we're not going to do the cradle today. I'm gonna just use the right peace finger to grab onto the left big toe. And just cross it over to the side and open up the left hand behind. Take a few deep breaths here. We'll work with our arms first. Inhale, bring the left hand toward the right toe. And exhale, lean back and point the left hand behind. Inhale, fold forward. Not much movement with your legs yet, and just move your left hand up and forward and back. A few more deep breaths here. But keep your spine straight. You're not crunching, you're not slouching your back. Your chest is lifted, nice and open. One more here. Nice. Gonna switch up the hands. Use your left peace finger to grab onto the left big toe and open up your right arm to the side. Gonna do the side fold. Bring the right hand toward the left toes and open up. Fold toward it and open up. That's right. Try to keep, if you cannot stretch your left leg as much as you can, it's okay to bend the micro bend, but slowly straighten out a little bit more. 2 more of that side body bend. Last one. Nice. And from here, gonna bring that left heel in. Take a few deep breaths here, just hugging that left shin bone in toward your chest. Nice. Gonna lower down that left heel outside of your right knee. Gonna come to a twist. You can use your right elbow to make that stop sign and just swing your left hand behind your tailbone. Gaze back. And still focus on your breathing. 2 more deep breaths here. I'm going to do a little counter twist. Bring both hands toward the right side of your hips and just lower down your neck. Great. We are going to do it on the other side. Let's straighten out both legs. How's everyone doing? Shake it out if you need to. Nice. You kind of do pay attention. Do you feel the stretched leg is a bit longer than the other leg? So it just kind of, sometimes it's not just in the mind, it's the physical body is telling you the sensation. Okay, gonna lift up the right leg. Use the left peace finger to grab onto the right big toes and just open up the right hand behind you. 2 deep breaths here. Make sure you're not slouching. You're lifting up your chest. Very nice. Gonna fold. Inhale, bring the right hand to fold over and exhale, pointing it back. Inhale forward and exhale, open to the back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to switch the hand. Right hand grab onto the right big toes and open up the left arm. If you find lots of tensions here, it's okay to bend the right knee and slowly, as you move, you slowly straighten it. Don't have to straighten it out at the beginning. Nice. Gonna just inhale, fold the left hand toward the right toes and exhale, open up. Have that left hand make that movement, almost like a rainbow drawing. Doesn't have to be all the way to the right foot. Got it. 2 more. You guys look gorgeous. Last one. Nice. I'm gonna just bring that right heel down and make that nice stop sign with the left elbow. Gaze back. And keep on connecting with your breath flow. Finding more oxygen being brought to your body. 1 more deep breath here. Nice. Center our chest. I'm gonna just hug the right shin bone in. Few deep breaths here. Just noticing if this side is a bit tighter than the previous side, or maybe heavier, maybe. Just pay attention. And slowly release. Shake it out if you need to. I'm gonna come to lie down. So come to lie down on the mat. Okay, yeah, that's good. Palms facing up toward the ceiling and open up your arms like letter T. We're going to do some gentle bridge pose. Inhale, lifting up the hips and exhale, lower down. But do it gently. You don't want to dump the hips onto the ground. You don't want to cause sensitivity on the tailbone. Just pay attention to how gentle and how slow you can lower down the hips. 2 more, just gentle touch on the mat. Not putting the whole pressure of the hips onto the mat. 2 more of this gentle lift of the hips. Last one. Nice. Gonna have the right heel on top of the left knee. I'm gonna press the left heel into the mat and do that nice gentle lift of the hips and gentle touch of the tailbone on the mat. Slow movement with a little bit of control. Few more deep breaths here. Last one. Now I'm gonna switch. Right heel down. Let's place the left heel on top. And lift and gentle lower with your tailbone. As gentle and as slow as you can. One more deep breath here. Last one. Nice. Let's lower down the left heel. Now I'm going to interlace the hands underneath of the hips. Going to have the bridge a little bit higher. I'm going to lower down. Try not to have the tailbone touch your thumb or thumb. Nice. Slowly release the hands, lower down the hips, and hug the knees into your chest. Rock yourself side to side. Enjoy that nice little lower back massage. Gonna lower down the heels. Both feet are on the ground. Gonna place the right heel on top of the left knee. Gonna thread the right hand through eyes to needle. Interlace the hands on top of the left shin bone. So lift up the chest and lower down. Lifting up the chest and lower down. Lifting and lower. 2 more. Lifting and lower. Lifting and lower. So keep the legs the same. Just take the hands out. Palms facing down, arms open like T. So just lift up the hips and lower. Hips up and down. And be mindful of your tailbone, just like when we did our gentle bridge. We don't want to dump the weight to crush into the tailbone. Just a little bit control with lowering down the hips. 2 more. Last one, and let's switch. Let's bring the left heel on top of the right knee. Gonna eyes to needle. Thread the left hand and interlace the hands on top of the right shin bone. Inhale, lift up your chest. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Lift. Lower. 2 more. Lift. lower, lift, and lower. Let's take the hand out, arms in T position, and lift up the hips and lower. Lifting and lower. So especially if you have tight hips, this really helps with strengthening the hips. 2 more here. Nice, slowly lower down. Come to our windshield wiper. Keep the arms the same position like letter T. Heels about hips distance or mat distance apart. Just windshield wiper out the knees side to side. Feel the hips are softened. Few more deep breaths here. Nice. Let's center ourselves. Gonna just hug the knees into our chest. Squeeze the thighs toward your chest a little bit more. And from here, gonna let go of the right leg. And you're interlacing the hands on top of the left shin bone. Inhale, gonna lift up the right toes. And exhale, gonna make a circle with that right leg. Doesn't matter which direction it's the circle. I'm going to reverse the circle after a few deep breaths here. Take it slow. Just another slow movement with a little bit of control. The benefit of doing it slow is to really loosen up the tightness. When you do it fast, it's the momentum that's doing the work, not any part of the core or the legs. One more here. Now going to reverse the circling of that right leg. Take it slow. This is where that awareness comes from as well. When you do it fast, you're not using any awareness. Two more deep breaths here. And slowly hug both knees into your chest. Squeeze the thighs toward your chest. Gonna let go of the left leg. Interlace both hands on top of the right knee or right shin bone. Inhale, left toes pointing toward the ceiling. And exhale, gonna circle the left leg. Doesn't matter which direction is you're circling. Just make sure you're loosening up that left side of the hips. I don't know about you, but I'm hearing my cracking sound of my side, the hips here. My left side is tighter for sure. I can tell from the crackling sound. Okay, two more on this side of the direction. Now I'm gonna reverse the circling. Take it slow. Your body tends to do it fast if you're not mindful. Because that's just our nature to get things done fast. Because we want to move on. Just be mindful of how you loosen up and how you carry your weight, how you soften things. 2 more deep breaths here. And slowly, let's hug both knees into our chest, side to side. Center your knees first. Gonna place the right knee on top of the left. Gonna come to our spinal twist, but with our knees stacked on top of each other. Gonna use your left hand to push both knees down toward the left side of your body and open up the right arm. You can either close your eyes or gaze toward your right shoulder or your right thumb. Deep breath here. And breathe into that spine stretch. Feel more space being opened up at the back of your body. And slowly gonna center ourselves and cross the knees. And make sure you know which knee was on top earlier. And cross the knee. Now going to place the other knee, left knee on top of the right knee. And use your right hand to bring down that knees to the right side. And open up your left arm. Either gaze toward your left thumb or close your eyes. And maybe revisit your intention that if you set any intent at the beginning of our practice, maybe revisit it like. Two more deep breaths here as you open up more space in your body. And slowly gonna uncross the knees and the legs and just hug the knees into our chest. Gonna roll over to the right side of your body. Just rest your head onto your right bicep. Come to this fetus pose. Perhaps feeling some softness at the shoulders, some softness at the hips. As adults, we have a total of 300 bones in our body, women or men, which makes up 15% of our body weight. Relaxing all the joints, relaxing all body parts. And slowly gonna use the left hand to push ourselves up. Come to a cross-legged position. Relax your hands onto your laps. So bring the right hand onto your heart. Feel the vibration that's happening. I'm going to place the other hand onto your belly. And breathe into your hand a little bit more. That's on your belly. Feel your belly is rising a little bit higher than the chest. Hold down a little more. Feel that vibration as the prana, the life force, which is our lifeline 24/7. Two more deep breaths. And slowly going to come to our clearing breath before we end our class. Inhale, fill in, fill in, fill in, and pause on top. Exhale, empty, 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 pause. Inhale, breathe in, fill in, fill in, fill in, and pause. And exhale, empty, 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 and pause. Bring your hands heart center or up to your third eye point, which is between your eyebrows. And bow to yourself. Thank yourself for all the strength, for all the breath, for all the intelligence. From my light to your light. Namaste. Many blessings, everyone. Good job. Thank you. Thank you. Stop this one.